Chris, Mr. Christopher Columbus sailed the sea without a compass. When his men began to rumble, up spoke Christopher Columbus. There's land somewhere until we get there. We cannot go wrong if we swing a song. Since the world is round, we'll be safe and sound till our goal is found. We'll just keep rhythm bound. Since we're
It's not over now is
You.
Columbus Day.
Oh,
It stretches from October 8th
Not that again.
to October
12th,
12th.
yeah.
They keep moving it around. Those holidays. Maybe they should have them all, put all the holidays together, like in the week between January 1st and December 3rd. Oh, no, that's a year. Well, that might be a good idea. You know, the holidays are dry. Anyway, Columbus Day comes once a year, but to me, he's never dear. But we're heading for, we always do a Columbus Day thing.
Yes, we do. We do. I remember.
Because he's so disgusting. But we're getting ready for the real Whopperoo. Real Whopperoo, because in 1492, Columbus was a Jew. He sat on the gas and burnt his ass in 1492. That's what they used to say. I didn't make that up. It's not my fault. I think the Goyim made that up. But everyone claims Columbus.
American Indian.
The Jews say he was Jewish, the Italians say he was Italian, and the Spaniards say he was Spanish. He started out from Portugal. I say they can all have him. Maybe he was Muslim. Anyway, it's going to be a big show, and you're going to keep hearing about it, so we thought we'd give you a preview. Actually, this is what happened when the Indians discovered Columbus. That's how that slogan originated. It's a very popular slogan.
It's a nice book.
I'm going to read a short for me, quotation from Hans Koning's book, Columbus's Enterprise, a monthly review press. This happened on Hispaniola, commonly called Santo Domingo. To fill the empty ships going back to Castile, to stop his detractors from talking to prove his success, Columbus needed gold, and the following system was adopted for this end. Every man and woman, every boy or girl of 14 or older in the province of Cibao, of the imaginary goldfields, had to collect gold for the Spaniards. As their measure, the Spaniards used those same miserable hawk's bells, the little trinkets they had given away so freely when they first came. This is the second voyage. As if from heaven, it was called. Every 3 months, every Indian had to bring to one of the forts a hawk's bell filled with with gold dust. The chiefs had to bring in about 10 times that amount. In the other provinces of Hispaniola, 25 pounds of spun cotton took the place of gold. Copper tokens were manufactured. When an Indian had brought his or her tribute to an armed post, he or she received such a token, stamped with a month, to be hung around the neck. With that, they were safe for another 3 months while collecting more gold. Now pay attention, this is the important sentence. Whoever was caught without a token, what?
Dead.
Got sent to the corner of the room. No, was killed by having his or her hands cut off. Now, they still do that. They still do that in, well, this is a progressive book.
In Arabia.
Yeah, but they're more civilized. We've become more civilized because there they have a doctor there who cauterizes it. When you steal something, they cauterize your hand, and they only do one hand at a time.
No longer fatal.
Yeah, it's no longer fatal.
That's how,
There are old Spanish prints. I saw them in the collection of Bishop Vogeli of Haiti that show this being done. The Indians stumbled away, staring with surprise at their arm stumps pulsing out blood.
Yowza.
Yowza.
Kills your ping pong game.
Here's this old print. It's from Las Casas book. He was a good Jesuit.
Well, if that don't beat all.
Yeah. What a guy. What a stand-up kind of guy.
There were no gold fields, however, and thus, once the Indians had handed in whatever they still had in gold ornaments, their only hope was to work all day in the streams, washing out gold dust from the pebbles, an impossible task. Those Indians who tried to flee to the mountains were hunted down with dogs and killed to set an example. By that time, there wasn't any possibility of mass resistance. The admiral, that's Columbus, his brother Bartolome, had crushingly defeated the only army the Indians ever managed to bring together. The Spaniards had armor, muskets, swords, horses, and dogs. They were invincible. All prisoners had been hanged or burned to death. The island was so well pacified that a Spaniard could go anywhere, take any woman or girl, take anything, and have the Indians carry him on their backs as if they were mules. Thus it was at this time that the mass suicides began.
Yeah.
The Arawaks killed themselves with cassava poison. You know, if you don't cook cassava, it's poisonous. During these 2 years of the administration of the Columbus brothers, are they?
Brothers. Oh, there's more than one of them?
Yeah, an
That's
estimated
from
one half of the entire
Bartolome.
population of Hispaniola was killed or killed themselves. The estimates of the dead run from 125,000 to 500,000. By 1540, there was not an Indian left. The whole race, the whole tribe had been
Wiped out.
genocided. And so then they had to start importing blacks. In the next 100 years, they imported 2 million slaves, about 2 million slaves from Africa. So in order to commemorate this wonderful event, we contrived this song. Fats Waller did it originally, but he never wrote it like this. It's sort of a stupid song, but the first line was very wonderful, and Fats Waller did it wonderfully. He never did anything. He made it sound. He made something sound clever that was stupid. It was called Mr. Christopher Columbus. You'll remember that. It was written in 1938. The first line was, Mr. Christopher Columbus sailed the world without a compass. That was a good line, but it was downhill from there. So we've changed it a little, and we're going to attempt it now for the first and possibly the last time. Oh, can we focus in on here?
Sure.
Don't try to sing the words. I can barely
Right, don't do this at
put
home.
them in.
Right?
Just do it at home. At home you can do anything, but here,
Shut up.
just sing the
You're
chorus.
telling me, right?
Sing the
You're
chorus.
telling me. I
Sing
can't
the
believe it.
chorus when you can come in with the chorus. Okay. Mr. Christopher Columbus, con the Queen of Spain, and then he humped us.
La-di-ya,
Da da da, la di da da da, la di da da da, da 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 da. Purser of the ocean seas, first to enslave the natives of the West Indies.
la-di-ya,
Da da da, la di da 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 da, la di da 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 da, da da da. Great navigator, crystal ball Cologne, 10,000 miles from China, but it wasn't known.
la-di-ya,
Da da da, la di da 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 da, la di da da da. Cruel and greediest man in both hemispheres, left a legacy of genocide and tears.
la-di-ya,
Da da da, la di da 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 da, la di da 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 da.
da-da-da-da.
Columbus and Ohio and Columbia, you. America, you fall for all that crap-a-roo.
La-di-ya,
Da da da, la di da 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 da, la di da 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 da. Now once more. Mr. Christopher Columbus, con the Queen of Spain, and then he humped us.
la-di-ya,
Da da da, la di da 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 da, la di da 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 da. Hey!
All right. I have an announcement. I'm wearing. And Fire of Columbus, Italian Golden Mom.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, now.
By the way, Columbus used to sign his name Saint Christopher, by the way. That's true.
Really?
It's not.
He never converted one Indian on... I don't like iron chairs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But, you know, that's... Oh, and I don't like this.
You want to turn it off while you're on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn it off while I'm on.
Okay, good.
Oh, my God. Now we're...
The power. See, we won't do that for anyone else.
We don't want to let this year pass and this week and this
Wait, this second.
day...
Yes, it is.
Yeah, without a salute to, our annual salute to Christopher Colon.
Columbus.
Here's the picture you all know. He's blonde here.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
There we go. Focus.
Wait.
Focus.
Blondie, and he's got a flag. Talking to that.
Yeah. Well, just keep in mind as you're talking. That's right.
And, all right.
I don't think you have no.
And the rest of this is going to be information intensive, so if you can't stand information or true, the facts, just the true facts, like they say, go to the bathroom now.
All of us?
Yeah, you can go too.
Right here.
This is from Columbus by Hans Koenig, Monthly Review Press, 1976. You know, next year is 500 years of after the invasion.
That's right.
They started using that term this year. It's quite a good one. So pay attention. There'll be a quiz. Yeah. Columbus was determined to somehow squeeze the fabulous wealth that he had announced, but that wasn't there, out of this poor island. He saw two ways: gold and slaves. It's now February 1495. Time was short for sending back a good dividend on the supply ships getting ready for the return to Spain. Columbus therefore turned to a massive slave raid. He was a religious man, you know, as a means for filling up these ships. The brothers rounded up 1,500 Arawaks, men, women, and children, and imprisoned them in pens in Isabella city, guarded by men and dogs. The ships had room for no more than 500, thus only the best specimens were loaded. The admiral then told the Spaniards they could help themselves from remainder to as many slaves as they wanted. Those whom no one chose were simply kicked out of their pens. Such had been the terror of these prisoners. Then description by Michel de Cuneo, one of the colonists, quote, "They rushed in all directions like lunatics. Women dropping and abandoning infants in the rush, running for miles without stopping, fleeing across mountains and rivers." Of the 500 slaves, 300 only arrived alive in Spain, where they were put up for sale in Seville by Don Juan de Fonseca, the archdeacon of the town, another religious man. Quote, "As naked as the day that they were born," end quote, the report of this excellent churchman says, quote, "but with no more embarrassment than animals," end quote. When the first photographs of the victims of the Miley massacre were published in the United States, there was much protest against the fact that you could see the bare behinds and the penises of the corpses. The slave trade immediately turned out to be, quote, "unprofitable, for the slaves mostly died," close quote. Columbus decided to concentrate on gold. Although he writes, quote, "Let us, in the name of the Holy Trinity, go on sending all the slaves that can be saved," quote. And now began a reign of terror in Hispaniola. That's Little Spain. That's the present-day island of Santo Domingo. It includes the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Now began a reign of terror on this island, for which I can find no proper historical parallel. Our world has a long and cruel history. The word unprecedented should perhaps not ever be used, but the unique horror of Columbus's new state was that even the blindest obedience could not save the people. What was demanded of them was impossible. Here was indeed created a new and unheard of society. The next section is called Death of a Nation. To fill the empty ships going back to Castile, to stop his detractors from talking, to prove his success, Columbus needed gold. The following system was adopted for this end. Every man and woman, every boy or girl, 14 or older, in the province of Cibao, of the imaginary goldfields, had to collect gold for the Spaniards. As their measure, the Spaniards used those same miserable hawk's bells, the little trinkets they had given away so freely when they first came, quote, as if from heaven. That's what the Indians thought. Every 3 months, every Indian had to bring to one of these forts a hawk's bell filled with gold dust. The chiefs had to bring in about 10 times that amount. Copper tokens were manufactured. When an Indian brought his or her tribute to an armed post, they received a token stamped with the month. They hung this around their neck. With that, they were safe for another 3 months. Whoever was caught without a token was killed by having his or her hands cut off. The old Spanish prince, in the collection of Bishop Fregler of Haiti that show this being done, the Indians stumble away, staring with surprise at their arm stumps pulsing out blood. There's one problem. There were no gold fields here. They had to get the gold in the streams, which was very difficult. It was an impossible task. Whoever tried to flee into the mountains were hunted down with dogs and killed to set an example for the others. The island was completely pacified. All prisoners had been hanged or burned to death. Any Spaniard could go anywhere, take any woman or girl, take anything, have the Indians carry them on their backs like as if they were mules. At this time, mass suicides began. During 2 years of this administration of the brothers, an estimated one half of the entire population was killed or killed themselves. The estimates are from 100 to 125,000, 125,000 to 500,000 people. By 1496, they had given up on the gold, and they started these estates where they forced the Indians to cultivate the land for them. By 1515, only 10,000 Indians left alive. No one had ever been converted to the Holy Faith. Then they started to import black slaves. 2 million of them were imported, but by the time of the rebellion, there were only 600,000, and Haiti became the second free country in the Western Hemisphere. And that's only the beginning, folks, because 500 years later, and we're still seeing the effects of
But this
slavery in
information
America.
is finally getting out.
Yeah.
I saw it in the paper, and it was not as informed as your report, of course. But they alluded to all these facts, and several powwows held across the country this weekend for Columbus Day brought up the fact that they're very outraged by them being called the discoverer of America when they were obviously already here. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And what have we got here?
And there's a new book. I don't know if the Corning book is probably still available, but Kirkpatrick Sale
Yes.
has a new book on Columbus.
Really?
Good book available.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Thank you. Tuli Kupferberg.
So much for that.
Now we take some phone calls from you.
And also, as you know, yesterday was Columbus Day.
Yes. And it was one of the first ones where there's been a lot of outpouring of indigenous peoples against Columbus all over the world.
And where were they the last 499 years?
Well, they're here now, and I think it's great.
That's right.
I think it's terrific.
Well, you know, Columbus was just a man of his times, right? A murderer, a slaveholder, a plunderer, and as we hear from the director, a maniac, right? No more, no less. And they gripe about how he introduced slavery to the Americas. But don't forget, he introduced it to Europe. He captured some Indians, brought them back to Spain, and Isabella said, "I told you not to do that, and don't ever do that again." And he did it the very next voyage. They almost threw him in jail for it. But enough about that.
Why, hello there, Chris. Mr. Christopher Columbus sailed the sea without a compass. When his men began a rumble, up spoke Christopher Columbus. There's land somewhere until we get there. We cannot go wrong if we sing, swing a song. Since the world is round, we'll be safe and sound till our goal is found. We'll just keep rhythm bound. Since the world is making merry, babu ho, babu hey. Let's give our cheers to his belly, baby, riz, no more mutiny. What a time at sea with diplomacy. History, Mr. Christopher Columbus. He used rhythm as a compass. Music ended all the rumpus. Wise old Christopher Columbus. Look out, Chris. Mr. Christopher Columbus. He used rhythm as a compass. Music ended all the rumpus. Wise old Christopher Columbus. Da-da-da-da.
Mr. Christopher Columbus, con the Queen of Spain, and then he humped us.
La-di-ya.
Da da da, la di da 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 da, la di da 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 da. Purser of the ocean seas, first to enslave the natives of the West Indies.
La-di-ya.
Da da da, la di da 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 da, la di da 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 da. Great navigator, crystal ball Cologne, 10,000 miles from China, but it wasn't known.
La-di-ya.
Da da da, la di da 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 da, la di da 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 da. Cruel and greediest man in both hemispheres, left a legacy of genocide and tears.
La-di-ya.
Da da da, la di da 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 da, la di da 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 da.
Da-da-da-da.
Columbus, Ohio, and Columbia, you. America, you fall for all that crap-a-roo.
La-di-ya.
Da da da, la di da 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 da, la di da 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 da. Now once more. Mr. Christopher Columbus, con the Queen of Spain, and then he humped us.
La-di-ya.
Da da da, la di da 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 da, la di da 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 da.
Hey!
And sing a song. Is that what you mean?
That's the kind of thing
Yeah, that's the
we're
kind.
doing.
All right, well, today I'm doing a cover song, although I rewrote the lyrics, and it's a Thelonious Monk tune called Well You Needn't. Some of you may be familiar with that song. It's kind of a love song. It's about a love affair that was going on. You know, you're talking so sweet, you're dressing with class. Well, you needn't. It's over now. That's the idea, so I rewrote it to make it a little more specific. You're a lawyer seeking work, well, you needn't apply, it's a dry well. You needn't look beyond SNL. It's over now, it's over now. Support for the press, it's a groundswell. You needn't fear war, we're in charge, well. You needn't ask whose oil cartel. It's over now, it's over now. It's over now, it's over now. A final bow for sacred cow. No way to stop, the bombs will drop. The heyday of the dollar's up, and even Trump is in a slump. The shit hit the fan. Forbes in the closet, well, well, well. You needn't be straight if you pay well. You needn't hide out, some press will tell. It's over now, it's over now. It's over now. A final bow for sacred cow. No way to stop, the bombs will drop. The heyday of the dollar's up, and even Trump is in a slump. The shit hit the fan. Communist menace shot to hell. You needn't see red since the wall fell, but you needn't sit pat, I say short sell. It's over now, it's over now. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Brett. You had something you were going to do tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, I'll be...
Why, hello there, Chris. Mr. Christopher Columbus sailed the sea without a compass. When his men began to rumble, up spoke Christopher Columbus. There's land somewhere until we get there. We cannot go wrong if we sing, swing a song. Since the world is round, we'll be safe and sound till our goal is found. We'll just keep rhythm bound. Since world is making